Hello, people. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm doing pretty good myself. And I managed to get my grubby little hands on this thing right here. So, for those of you that don't know, this was from the Essen Motorshow. And it was a special Mini GT event model for it. And this one is limited to 2,000 pieces. It is the Mazda RX7 LB Super Silhouette. So it's in this really cool, like light blue livery. I did notice one thing. So on the real car of this, there are Playboy Bunny logos. Obviously, that's not going to be on the Mini GT because they like to be as non-controversial as possible. But if you do want a version that has the Playboy Bunnies, check out the Inno64 because I believe it does. With that being said, this is Mini GT number 810. This is, I guess, depending on when exactly the model's released, this is the third variation of this casting. They did a black one that was kind of in like a Coke Zero theme, but like instead of saying Coke, it had Liberty Walk in cursive. And then they also released one recently in white. So we should be getting both of those in at some point, and we will also take a look at those, of course. But yeah, this is the event model. So let's see how it looks. Let's get it cut open and see what we think of it. My initial thoughts on this is do not spend the money on this. Mini GT is probably going to be doing like, we know how Mini GT is. There's probably going to be like 12 to 15 different colors for this casting. So I would not waste the money on this. I would just buy the regular ones that come out. This was very expensive, as are most event models. So, yeah, I won't tell you guys how much I paid for it, but it was over $100, and I don't think you can find any for less than that. So, unless you're like me, and you like to get all the exclusive stuff, do not buy this. But, with that being said, the card art on this one is actually really cool. So I imagine this is kind of like a render from inside whatever play. It might be fake, actually. It looks kind of like futuristic, but the artwork does look really cool. It's got the big Essen 2024 Motor Show logo right in the middle with the German flag colors kind of done in like paint splotches. It is pretty cool. I know this is one of those ones that people are like, oh, you shouldn't open that. The card art looks really cool with the model. I don't care. I open everything. This card will go in a giant stack of cards that I have sitting around. So yeah, maybe I'll show you guys that stack one day. So there's card art, pretty cool. And then here is the car and the box. So, like I said, Mazda RX-7 LB Super Silhouette, 2024 Essen Motor Show exclusive Liberty Walk. Number 810, pretty simple, pretty plain packaging. You do have the Mazda Motor Corporation approval number on there, so it is officially licensed by Mazda. It is also officially licensed by Liberty Walk. You got your TSM sticker right there in the corner, and then there is the UPC for this thing. Pretty much the same as what it says on the front of the box. So there's that. I guess we can get this set up back here as we look at it. There we go. Maybe not. Okay. Stay. Okay. We'll leave that alone. We won't touch it. All right. So here is the model. So it just has a nice kind of like glossy sky blue paint, which I think looks pretty good. And then it's also got some like black details on like the trim and whatnot. But first little 360 of it, I do think it looks pretty good. I'll be honest with you guys, I do think that Inno64 did a much better job. Theirs was a lot wider, and theirs also had the Playboy Bunny decals. Oh, we've got a booster diecast quality issue right here. Look at that. Oh, isn't that magnificent? Woo! I don't even know what to say. That is amazing. I love that. That looks incredible right there. Okay. All right, so the first impressions, not so good. Oh, well, you know, I guess it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, but when you're paying a reseller this much money for a model like that, and then you open it and you see that is very kind of frustrating. But yeah, it's not just the smudge either. There's like a bunch of like paint bubbles on the top of it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but like There's a bunch of like paint bubbles. Paint bubbles aren't as big of a deal, but that smudge is redonkulous. That is ugly. But ignoring that, the Mini GT logo on the top of the car is pretty cool. On the windshield banner, you have Mazda at the top and then Blackfish on the bottom in like this cool cursive. I don't know what Blackfish is. I'm assuming that's some sort of like modification company sponsor or something. But you do have Liberty Walk on the hood. I like the little decals, or not decals. These actually are prints. In fact, it looks like most everything on this is printed except for the stuff on the rear wing. So, but I like the little designs on the headlights right there. I hope that they do a version of this casting with the headlights up, because I think the RX7s, whether it's the FD or the FC, I think they look really cool with the headlights up, but hopefully they'll do that. But the headlight designs are cool. I kind of dig that. Then you've got Mazda down here on the front splitter, and then Blackfish again, real small under that. You have your little Mazda badge right there in silver, right below that rotiform lettering. And then you've got some nice cool like magenta red and yellow striping kind of going around the front of the car. And of course you do have some louvered vents right above the front wheels as well. Mini GT logo right there in white, and then there also is a British flag. Pretty cool. The wheels on this one are very nice as well. Again, you have more of that like magenta. It kind of looks brown, but I think that's supposed to be this magenta color. But you've got that magenta, red, and yellow again on the wheels, and then a little bit of like Liberty Walk text. So very cool. I like how the wheels are different front to back on this one too. So very nice. You also have a little Shell and LB logo there. And then you got some little fog lights down here as well. And you can see that little silver dish right there. It actually has some detail behind that lens. This one's a little foggy, but I always like to have that little extra detail right there. And then you just have a black grille way deep in there. So that is kind of cool. But yeah, again, on this side, front wheel, pretty cool. I like the coloring and stuff. And they also added like a little bit of black around the edges and those little spaces. It doesn't line up perfectly. I have noticed that it is a little bit off center. Like it's shifted to the left on this one. How does this one look? This one's a little bit better on this side, but either way, I think it looks pretty cool. And then on the back, you do have a nice, simple, like deep dish 5-spoke in white, just plain white. It looks pretty good. You can see the 5 lugs in the center of the wheel right there. I like that a lot. And the tire tread on this one's actually kind of cool too. I think this is a different tire tread than we've seen before. So I don't know why, if that really matters, but I like it when they change stuff up like that, not just like standard tires. But yeah, on the side right here, you do have another Mini GT badge. You've got number 15 and Liberty Walk in big text on the side of the door. You have this little black panel right here, which I guess that's just part of like the wide body kit. You can see like 3 rivets on top and then 3 rivets on the bottom. I'm not really sure what logo this is, but you do have a big Toyo Tires lettering right there. You got Shell, a couple other things on the side right there as well. And I also don't know what that is, but you do have Liberty Walk up here. I'm assuming this is the name of the person that owns this car. Typically, this is something you see on race cars, like the names of the drivers. I think that's kind of tacky on something like this, unless this was used in like an actual drift competition, but I can't confirm that. I don't know, but there is the name of the driver right there. So Jay Perman, I guess, is probably the owner of this vehicle. Probably, I'm assuming, lives in the UK with the British flag right there and on the front. But yeah, going back here, we have a little bit more of that nice striping going over this rear fender. You've got your fuel filler cap right there, and then some RX logos and a couple other things. Hard to read. They're really small and they're in cursive. So Mini GT on the side of the wing right there in that magenta red and yellow striping color. That'll be the same on the other side as well. These are going to be like decals on the wings, so it's kind of always been like that. But these ones look pretty nice. You've got the big Mazda on top. On the back window, you've got identity and then a couple other things right there. I can't really read them. Big Liberty Walk on the back right there. The back glass of the window actually does look pretty nice. There is a little bit of the like roll cage visible back there as well. And that roll cage is actually kind of cool. It's in light blue. I didn't notice that before. But on the back end of the car right here, you have those classic RX7 taillights, like the triple dot. Looks pretty cool. I can't really tell if this is acrylic or just plastic. I'm assuming it's plastic because these headlights are like blacked out on the real car. But they look pretty nice. I like that. You have the little Mazda badge again in silver right there on the top. Your big Mazda lettering in white right underneath that. You got some more Liberty Walk text. You got some Bosch logos down here as well. And then I've got some weird like glue residue on the back right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to be real careful. Don't worry, guys. I'm not scratching the car. You don't have to yell at me. But let's see if we can just get that to come off. Ooh, it did come off. Okay, well, at least that wasn't, like, permanent. But, yeah, it looks pretty good. You've got your auxiliary brake lights down here underneath this blue panel. You got Liberty Walk on the license plate. Massive rear diffuser on this one. Sticks out way far behind the car. And it's kind of outlined in some blue, which looks pretty good. And honestly, that's really it. I don't think there's too much more to talk about for this one. It does look really nice, though, and they do tell you what the car is. So 1991 Mazda RX7. This is an FD. Okay, that's nice to know. Well, I should probably know that because they do have quite a different body design. But yeah, pretty nice. I do like it. Hope they do a version with the headlights up. Do I recommend this to you guys? No, I do not. Unless you just have to have this livery from Mini GT, I would definitely skip this, but it is possible that they release a very similar livery in the future. Maybe not, but probably. But even if they don't, they're going to come out with so many cool variations of this casting. I just wouldn't worry about this. These things are going for ridiculous money, and when you open it up and you see quality control issues like that, it's really hard to justify the purchase. But that's just my thoughts. It is a cool model, and of course, I always enjoy getting this stuff in for you guys so we can all take a look at it together, but I would probably skip this one if I were you guys. I don't think it's all that. If you do want a version of this, I would probably just go with Inno64. There seems to be a little bit more accurate and detailed anyways, so, and you probably won't get quality control issues. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It is a cool car, don't get me wrong, but man, that scuff on the top just sucks.